Now, it has been tried before with some mixed success with the prison health system that we have in California. Another sorry, horrible horror show, and I used to do prison litigation. I've been to most of the level 4 facilities in California, including the medical facility in Vacaville. And it really, I can't even think about describing it now because just Oakland's enough for me right now. But in any event, they have appointed a receiver there. And there has been a decline in prisoner deaths, and there has been some improvement in the health facility there. And they've been ordered to do things, and if they don't do it, they hire people, they make things happen, they fire people, and that's what happens there. That is a more broad-based receivership than I think will happen in Oakland if our motion is granted. Because that's a system where the services are not given at all, as opposed to the services are given badly, which is the case in Oakland. So what we're going to look at in the receiver, if we get, the judge has to rule on it. Maybe I should go through that. We filed our motion in October. The city's going to file its counter motion in November. And then there'll be a hearing on December 13th of this year. At least that's what's happening right now. That hearing is open to the public, and you will come if you want. I wish you would. There may be some parts that are so-called confidential. I don't really know that. And then the judge will make a ruling shortly after that if the case doesn't settle before, which doesn't look too good right now. The receiver will have the power only to do the tasks that are in the NSA. So for example, crowd control is not a task in the NSA. So the receiver will not have the power to do anything about crowd control. I'll tell you some of the things that are really big in the NSA that they have not complied with, which the receiver will hopefully be able to do something about. The first one is stop data and racial profiling, which they have not complied with chronically for 9 years. They haven't filled out the forms, and one day we came and they passed out these conclusions they made, which are in our brief, which is, so I was asked to say, well, where can you find the brief? And I Googled OPD receiver motion, and I found stopopd.wordpress.com. And there was our motion. I saw it today. So I don't know who stopopd.wordpress.com, is that anyone here? Okay, well anyway, it was there today. The whole motion, you can read it. So the receiver, if appointed, will have the power. Oh, I was telling you about the documents they passed out. So they passed out these documents which gave some of their preliminary conclusions about how people are stopped in Oakland. And guess what? If you're white and you're stopped, the chances are you've actually done something. And if you're not white and you're stopped, the chances are much lower that you've actually done something. And that is unacceptable completely. As is the drawing of the firearm, which the receiver will also have some power to deal with. And we're trying to deal with that even now. Because those figures show, one study showed that when the Oakland police could not justify the drawing of a firearm, 91% of the people were African American and 9% were Hispanic. Another quarter it was 82% African American and 18% Hispanic. I believe in the most recent report, we will see the first white person who had a gun drawn on them without justification after almost a year. And hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people of color having firearms drawn on them. We're thinking that something can be done on that and that they can be ordered to comply with that, and there'll be consequences if they don't. We're going to be looking, as opposed to the way Internal Affairs does it, Internal affairs, always when they have a big investigation, like in the Ryder's case or in the search warrants case, yes, they disciplined a few officers, and guess what? None of them were above the rank of officer except one sergeant in the Ryder's case. We're going to be trying to change that. And I want to talk about that in particular.